The following week we will learn about beauty makeup and corrective makeup, and that is the day you must have your makeup supplies. That is February 6th. So make arrangements. That's why I'm doing this video, to make sure that you get started doing your kits and make that happen before February 6th. Let me just talk about the kits a little bit more. They come in a number of color ranges. Each kit has 5 color bases included in it. The options are fair, medium, olive, and dark. There's also a TV and video box kit. We do not use that because the colors are very different from the other 4 kits. So I'd like you to choose one: fair, medium, olive, or dark. The fair is for very ivory, very pale people. If you are a male that has very light skin, I would suggest purchasing the medium kit. I think that the pale is just too light and too bright on stage for men, so I would move to the medium kit. I personally use the medium kit. There's a tone in there for me, and I'm, strawberry blonde by birth and by nature, and so that would be the color for me. So there's a wide range of colors for everybody. The olive is usually for Asians or for Hispanic skin tones that have yellow in them, so that is something to look for. You can also consult, when you go to an Costco, you may want to ask them for a consultation about which color you should get. The dark is fairly obvious. This is a wide range of dark tones for black, for dark Hispanic, for dark Asian. So this is offers a number of tones that you should be able to match. Now, because it's such a dense color and we use it all over the face, we're not like stage or street makeup that you now have to match your tone exactly. Because it's such a comprehensive covering, we can get close to the tone within these 5 shades, and you should be perfectly fine using a shade from this kit. Also, you can blend different tones to make an additional tone for the kit. So please select one of these, and you will call Costco to make sure, well, you're going to order it as soon as possible. Fair, medium, olive, or dark. Call Costco, the telephone number is included in your syllabus, and ask her to order that kit color for you. Now, you tell her if you have a question, you're not quite sure, maybe she'll order a second kit for you or talk you through it a little bit more. But you need to get that order in as soon as possible. In other words, I would call it in this afternoon or call it in first thing Monday morning, so that Mayron can get the kits to Costco and then the kit can get to you. So this is very important. February 6th, we open the kits and we begin to do makeup. On February 13th, then we move to old age. We will expand on the beauty idea and the corrections that you've made in your makeup, and we move to old age, and I will do a hair demonstration that talks about wigs and how to set your hair, how to create wigs, how to set wigs, how to launder wigs, etc. On February 13th. On February 20th, we will do period makeup. You will draw from a hat a certain period in time, Elizabethan or Edwardian or the 1950s, 1930s, and you'll create that makeup and do the research for that class period. The following week is theater day, and I know many of you will be involved in that. So we're going to back up a little bit, and we're going to do a young parent that will be pushed to old age. We'll start with a young parent, maybe 30 years old, and then push to 65 or 75 years old in that one day. This way the theater day people will not be missing a new project. They will miss out on the practice of doing old age, but at least they will not miss a new project. March 6th, already 7 weeks in, is the midterm project. I will be assigning that in advance, but that day will come in. Your Google site needs to be up to date at that point. You need to have your research up to date. One of the things that we do is called a makeup morgue, and this makeup morgue is a 1-inch binder, and you will select pictures, Xerox pictures, gather pictures for each project and insert it. Glue the pictures onto an 8.5 by 11 and insert it into your morgue. There will be more answers for you as I continue speaking, but that's one of the things that will be checked at both the midterm and the final to make sure that you've kept up with all of your research throughout the term. March 13th, the spring break. I hope you have We will conclude the semester on May 12th, Tuesday, which is the final. On that day, you will create the Shakespearean character. Everything will be due. You should have everything wrapped up. The last thing will be to upload your selfie of your final project to Google Sites, and I will give you the date of when that is due, so I will check it before I actually post grades. The grading policy is included in the syllabus. The studio projects, those are the makeup that we actually do each week, are worth 25% of the grade. Face plans are 20%. Makeup Morgue and Google Site are 10%. Midterm and final papers are 15%. The midterm and final face plans and projects are 25%. And the total of the attendance is 5% for a total of 100%. I use Excel to average out the grades and to create this. They're all weighted, so each one of the numbers that goes into the Excel program reflects these percentages and weights, each project. The department grading standards are included in your syllabus, and you can really read what is A, B, C, D, and F for your grades. I really expect everyone to do well in this class. I'm not a particularly hard grader, but I have very little patience for people who do not turn in projects on time, who come in with excuses that they didn't have time or they forgot something, or that ignore the deadlines for midterm papers or final papers. Please print out and Xerox whatever you need to do prior to your class time. I do not want you to come into class at noon and say, my printer is dead, I didn't have time to print out my paper. I give you plenty of warning to create this, so please make turn in those projects on time, and we'll all get along much better. All electronic forms of communication will be done through my email at Montclair. It's kinsley@mail.montclair.edu. It's included at the front page of the syllabus. If you have any disabilities or anything that is documented that I should be aware of, or that in order to make class more comfortable or more doable, please contact me privately, and we'll see what we can do. We use portable mirrors that are kept in the closet at the head of the classroom, and at the end of each class I will ask you to clean your station, return the mirror to the shelves, and make sure that the next group of students will not have a bunch of gunk on their desk in front of them when they're doing their projects. I've included stage makeup questions, so let me go over a few of those before I conclude. I've included in the questions is the address, the telephone number of Mayron Incorporated. If you want to go and actually go to Mayron, they have a nice showroom. There are many products that you can purchase. You can use a credit card, and as an actor, you might be interested in going there. Costco tends to supply more, their stock is more Ben Nye, which is a West Coast makeup company. It's equal to Mayron, but you might want to explore Mayron just because it's local and it's very accessible to you. You will not be able to share a makeup kit. Sanitarily, it's just a bad idea to be sharing makeup kits. So each person will need to purchase their own and bring it to class each week. The face plan is a very simple drawing that we will create in class. It really locates the shape of your face, where your mouth is, the bottom of your nose, and your eyes within your facial structure. From that gives you a very neutral palette that you can then augment. You can change the shape of your nose, the bend in your nose, what you're going to do with your eyebrows, whatever. So that next week is very fun, and you'll be amazed how for the first time you may be looking very closely at your face. It's a good thing. The 2-page paper I discuss again in here is about writing about the technique of makeup application, what you will do to create the character on your face. So I've just reiterated that in this. The Makeup Morgue is a collection of photographs of projects. It's the research really for each project. If you've ever watched Face Off on Sci-Fi, you will notice that 90% of the time, a project that is successful and that the judges love and that comes to fruition was planned from the very beginning. Ad hoc work in design is not necessarily the best way to go. In other words, just coming in thinking, well, I'm just going to put some makeup on my face and that will be fine. Thinking about it, planning on it, and concentrating on it really is the key to success. And that, between the research and your face plan, it should give you a very good, strong basis for each one of your projects. Where will you get the pictures? You can get them from magazines. If you get them online, please do a high resolution printing, because if it's very blurry and you can't see details, there's not much point. One of the rules in this class is that do not use photographs of actors in roles wearing makeup. That makeup is the idea of a makeup artist or the actor himself. Should be original work. By using research done by other people, such as the photographs of actors, it's a sense of plagiarism, because you're ripping off their ideas about what this character should look like. So please find research. They're adjunct pictures from costume history, from art history, from etchings, from magazines, from newspapers, perhaps your own family history, from your own family albums. You will find ideas for somebody for old age or somebody who's young. You might check with your parents if they go to doctors or frequent dentists or doctors. Often they have a huge supply of magazines. Sometimes AARP for retired people are included, or fitness magazine or that kind of thing, or senior magazine that the doctors will give you or give your parents. It's a way to find aging pictures, and there's some wonderful ones out there. You just need to look for them. Good Housekeeping, Women's Day magazine, that kind of thing, to find a variety of photographs. I've included in this questions and answer the list of the number of photographs you need for each project. So there shouldn't be any questions and which project should be included for midterm. In questions and answers, I've offered you an entire list of all the pictures that you will need for your makeup work. The list is rather complete, and I think it should answer all those questions. It's usually 4 or 5 pictures per category, and I specify whether I want male or female or both. And please do not use pictures of actors. That's the real taboo in this class. It becomes essentially a plagiarism issue, because if you use a photograph of actor, you're actually using a photograph of someone else's makeup design. Another makeup designer or the actor himself has created that makeup for that specific character. It's fine to look at them, it's fine to take that in and take that information in, but this should be original work. Therefore, you should find images that are outside of film and television. There are certain examples. When we get to those certain projects, you might end up looking like for zombies, because there's not a lot of information other than in film and television about zombies in terms of visual realization, but that is the rare exception. I want you to find original material. I don't care if you find you are influenced by the bark of a tree for texture, or you're interested, you found something, a gravelly sidewalk in terms of texture, or something to inspire your character. That's what I'm looking for, is original thought. So you can always refer to questions and answers to find how many pictures you need for your makeup work. And this research is really a part of this project, because I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the beginning of a successful project begins with very clever and very thorough planning. And that's what we want to accomplish in this class. In order to get a good grade, you really need to come to class, you need to participate, you need to turn in your projects on time, be in a timely manner, and you need to really concentrate on this as a real course. It's a lot of fun, but I take it very seriously, because I think this is something that will really connect with you in your future endeavors, and we need to make sure that you have a very good understanding of stage makeup by the end of the semester. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you next week. I apologize for not being there in person. I am not setting a great example by missing my first class, but I hope that we will see each other each and every week from now until May, and you'll be amazed at how much you improve and how much you will appreciate the work done by makeup artists. I'll see you next week.